Hey, everybody. We're going to be doing a history talk on policing. And let's roll that beautiful bean footage.
I'll proudly fly this thin blue line flag behind me, just to piss you off.
Oh, hey, everybody. Today we're joined by Mark, the sarcastic, buttery voice, spotted dick wanker. And we're joined
I would change
by
my name to that, but it's too big.
and the always awesome laying down the law with Blue Bear.
Hey.
I guess they're just not going to shut up because my computer is just going nuts with Mando and everybody over there.
Yeah, I'm getting a million notifications. I have to change mine to do not disturb for a moment.
I'm going to just
So I can
exit
actually see the
Discord
screen.
for a few minutes. Okay, so I guess the main question is for you and Blue Bear, Mark, how much knowledge do you have on the history of law enforcement in general?
I know a little bit, but I'm not a huge policing nerd.
No, we know that.
I roughly know the history of the British police, but apart from that.
Yeah. All right. What about you, Blue Bear?
As much of a history nut as I am, I'm more into like World War history. I know a little bit about the history of policing, but would I say that I'm very knowledgeable about it? No.
Okay.
Even though I am an officer. It's hard to stay current with everything that's going on, much less the history. I mean, I've done some history of it, but it's one of those things that you just kind of, you go, I heard of that, but I don't put a lot of time into it, if that makes sense.
All right. Yeah. I'm more of a military history guy myself, but senior year of high school, I did joint enrollment program, and I was jointly enrolled with the local tech college. And my class, believe it or not, was in criminal justice and law enforcement. So we started out the year with the history of policing, and I was quite shocked to find out that police go back to, what was it? It was I want to say 3000 BC. And the first actual law enforcement was actually in Egypt, of all places.
I can imagine that.
And so the reason why I decided to do this stream today is everyone here on the panel, and probably just about everyone in the chat, is fairly familiar with Ask Elmo and Fake Mike Real News. And everybody here has heard them say multiple times when they're talking to law enforcement if they know what the Third Amendment is.
Oh yeah.
All right. So we all know the Third Amendment is basically it's against our rights. Oh, let me see who the heck this is.
We're calling about your car's extended warranty.
Well, watch out! It could be Rogue trying to arrange a fight time.
I don't know who the hell PAF is. PAF. I'm not answering that. So the Third Amendment is basically we have a right to where we don't have to house troops in our homes during times of peace. And the only time that we have to house troops in our homes under the Third Amendment is if a law is passed during a time of war. Being military historians, pretty much, the last time we had to worry about housing troops in our homes was during the Civil War.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a theory as to why Ass Elmo and Fake Mike decide to ask this question. A few years ago, a video on YouTube came across my radar by a channel called Knowing Better. And he basically discussed the Third Amendment. And he basically said that modern law enforcement, which started in America, according to him, in the 1800s, modern law enforcement is a violation of the Third Amendment because it's basically the quartering of troops in our homes. And I was thinking, after watching a couple of their dumb videos where they ask cops what the Third Amendment is, I wonder if they watched that video. Well, I looked at their channels and yeah, they're subscribed to Knowing Better.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, here's my thing for little Whisk Boy. If I ever come face to face with them and they go, "What's the Third Amendment?" I'm gonna go, "What's the 10th Amendment?" You tell me the 10th Amendment, and I'll tell you the third.
Tell me the 25th Amendment.
Yeah. I mean, I see some future content in my future on them.
Oh, there's definitely some content coming out on this channel for them. Just like my Chille musical video.
Which was brilliant, by the way.
Did you see where I did the one on Chille where the cop just owned him in Denver metro area?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's not hard to own Chille, to be honest with you. You just have to speak, and it just happens. But,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like, literally, it took 24 hours, but that music video I did where I made a parody song for Chille. I got a copyright claim within 24 hours.
oh, jeez, Louise.
Well, I'm fighting it. I actually, they tried to copyright claim it. It was actually an actual music producer that copyright claimed it.
Mm.
It was Sony Music that did the copyright claim.
That sounds about right.
So I sent it back with the lyrics that I rewrote for it and put in there. It's fair use. It's a parody of the song you have on your artist's record.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to wait 30 days for that to clear up. But let's get to the history of law enforcement. So, almost 400 years ago is when we seen the first police force in the U.S. And policing in Europe has been around in some form since 3000 BC. I don't know why they decided to say Europe in 3000 BC, because from what I understand, Egypt is on a whole different continent. But in 3000 BC, in Egypt, pharaohs were in charge of appointing an official to oversee and enforce justice and security for each jurisdiction. The official was assisted by the area tax collectors. And we start seeing in ancient Greece that they also had a police force. And don't ask me to pronounce the name of the individuals they used. They Scythian, and they were slaves, and they were controlled by magistrates, and they enforced the law in ancient Greece. Rome continued the practice of recruiting lower class citizens, sometimes with a criminal past, to be part of the police force. The teams of men were in charge of protecting the city, but prosecuting everyday crimes, even murder back then, was often left up to the individuals involved. And then the Roman Emperor Augustus created 3 groups of police to protect Rome from crime and fire in about 6 AD. And those individuals were recruited from the Roman army. After the collapse of the Roman Empire in the 5th century, the Byzantine Empire went back to the original model of law enforcement, where most crimes were left to be dealt with by individuals. And then we start getting into Europe history with law enforcement, because in England, a new structure of police was being formed. And in this model, groups of 100 men were responsible to enforce good conduct between each other while protecting the community. The groups were headed by a shire reeve, and the role of the shire reeve eventually developed into what we know as today's modern sheriff. By the late 13th century, the role of constable was created, and constables were responsible for overseeing the night watch and for providing security. At that time, the investigation and prosecution of crimes was still left up to individuals. In 1285, the Statute of Winchester made enforcing the law a social responsibility. Any person who didn't report or try to stop a crime could be prosecuted. In 1316, the Justice of the Peace Act revoked public responsibility and placed it on the justices who were appointed by the monarch. Their responsibilities included police, judicial, and administrative duties. Law enforcement in England rested almost solely on the shoulders of the justices, constables, and the night watch until the 19th century. And the night watch and constables started to transfer over to the U.S. in the 1600s. In 1631, Boston became the first U.S. city to establish a night watch. New Amsterdam, later to be known as New York City, soon followed suit in 1647. In the late 18th and 19th centuries, regulators, or also vigilantes, became commonplace in many U.S. cities. Their role was to enforce order in areas where there was none. It wasn't until 1829 that the Metropolitan Police Act was passed and the London Metropolitan Police Department was formed. The structure of the department was based on the military. And so I'm sure both of you guys heard Chille say that, you know, the law enforcement structure wasn't based on the military until, like, what he said, the 1970s, 1960s.
Oh, he'd probably blame Toribio, Ohio or something for that.
Yeah. He was saying we didn't start to militarize the police by using military style structure and ranking until the 1960s or 70s in one of his live streams.
He's talking about the war on drugs, is what he's saying.
Yeah.
When he says, "Oh, the police were militarized during the war on drugs," which started in the 80s. But yeah, he's an idiot.
Huh.
Well, I mean, he said that that until what was it, the late 1960 he said 1964 was the first time that a white man was executed for killing a black man, which is completely false because I found a record from the 1880s where that actually happened. So yeah, he can't even use Google. It's that stupid.
Yeah. So once the British came up with the Metropolitan Police Department, right, and that was the structure and all that stuff was formed by, I believe the guy's name was Robert Peel.
Yeah.
We started to take that styling of policing over here in the United States. So in the middle 19th century in the U.S., laws were passed in order to regulate social behavior in penitentiaries, asylums, and official police forces were established. New York City was the first to have an official police department in 1844.
You're welcome, Chille.
The NYPD was based on the London Metropolitan Police Department. Soon after, departments were established in New Orleans and Cincinnati in 1852, Boston and Philadelphia in 1854, Chicago and Milwaukee in 1855. Well, Chicago needs to step up their game because I don't want to ever go back to that city.
I had fun in Chicago. What are you talking about?
I've never been, so I can't say anything. So.
And Baltimore and Newark, New Jersey in 1857. Authority over police was left to neighborhoods and neighborhood leaders. Officers didn't wear uniforms, and the initial function of the police was to prevent crimes. Once this was proved a very difficult task, one of their main purposes became investigating crimes that had already been committed. The first detective unit began New York City, 1857.
So basically, all of this stuff that Chille's spouting about law enforcement being only coming in with in the mid 60s, in the mid 1960s, is just complete crap.
Yeah, it is complete BS.
Well, and he flip flops so much because he'll say, "Oh, police were started for slaves and gathering slaves," and he got that from the NAACP website because it blatantly states it right on the very beginning of it.
Yeah.
So,
well
and then he flip flops to,
true.
"Oh, it's the war on drugs," and he just whatever floats his boat for that day.
It's partly true. Law enforcement in the South was turned into modern policing in the South came from slave patrols, yes. But up north, New York, Boston, all those cities up north, it actually was something that they did, and they didn't have slave patrols up there.
Mm-hmm.
So every word that comes out of Chille's mouth, like I always say, he's stupid. And I can't fix stupid, but I sure as hell can laugh at it.
Well, see, you say laugh at it. I say give it a court date.
Well, to be fair to Chille, 95% of his lies only happen when he's awake. The other 5% are when he's asleep.
Well, you know how to tell when Chille's lying, don't you?
His lips are moving.
Exactly.
Yeah. He's conscious.
He probably even lies in his dreams.
Mm-hmm.
He lies so much he even believes it. That's the sad part.
Oh yeah. So between 1900 and 1920, the Prohibition movement, as well as fears of corruption and communist influence, led to the need for federal and state police. So the oldest federal law enforcement agency in the United States is the United States Marshal Service. The second oldest, if I'm not mistaken, is the Secret Service. All right, Blueberry, I'll be right back. So the U.S. Marshal Service was created by the Constitution of the United States. As a matter of fact, the first line of duty death for a U.S. deputy marshal actually happened here in Georgia, and the guy's name was Robert Forsyth. Oh, hey, Miss Mandy, I didn't see you come in.
Yeah, she snuck up on us.
Yes, she did.
I reckon that we should have a southern take on law enforcement. I reckon Miss Mandy should come up here.
What are you talking about? I am from the South. Oh, wait. I forgot. I don't have that twang in my voice like Miss Mandy does.
Yeah, she has to do the southern accent. She probably took one look at me and she's like, "Nah, sod it, mate."
I can always. I didn't put the link for StreamYard in the chat, but I can.
Sounds like it could be fun.
So we've had federal law enforcement in the country since the Constitution was ratified, because U.S. Marshal Service is in the Constitution. In the states, The oldest form of law enforcement is the sheriff's office. And that's in every state's constitution.
I know nothing. Hey, Smitty.
That's Smitty's standard line. That and he don't answer questions.
Perhaps I should use that line in university. So if they ask me a question, I should be like, well, you know, I'm a law student. We're supposed to ask the questions, not answer them.
Now, that phone call was them wanting to extend my car's warranty. I said, sure, if you can extend a 1985 Blazer's warranty. They hung up on me.
Yeah, I bet they did. Bastards.
Sure, I did.
Come on, like, work with me a bit here.
We'd like to extend your car warranty. I didn't know my Blazer had a warranty on it. What year's your Blazer? 1985. Oh, sir, we can't do that. Click.
Like, you should pretend that you have a Model T Ford or something like that. That'd be hilarious.
I always use, Ferrari, Bugatti, or I'll ask them if they do fleet maintenance, fleet warranties.
I asked them about the 85 Blazer because I actually have one. It's sitting in the garage.
I had one call me up the one day. They're like, oh, we're phoning about the accident that you were involved in. That wasn't your fault. And I was like, well, I did have a minor bump, I said, but it was my fault because I hit a parked car when reversing. And they just hung up on me. I was like, hello? 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 I need your help.
Yeah, Amanda, scammers do suck.
Mm-hmm.
You know how I get rid of all the spam calls? I just answer the phone, police department.
Have you seen that video, Blue Bear, where the this IRS scammer calls the police officer while they're on duty?
The captain, I remember.
Yeah, the female captain. Yeah, that was funny. And she gives out the police department's address.
Well, what's funny is my wife answered the phone one day, and this lady was trying to get all of her information, and she was just playing along, giving fake information. And I think she asked for something, a social security number or something. She said, well, I'm not going to give you that, but you can talk to my husband, who's a police officer. Click.
Love it.
Yeah, so Chille, Whisk Boy, Dodo over there, knowing better, they can all pretty much just kiss my ass saying that, quartering police at your house is quartering troops in a violation of the Third Amendment. And Blue Bear can probably back me up on the statements that I made earlier about if you read your Constitution for your state government or you read the Constitution for the federal government, in the federal government, you will find that the U.S. Marshal's Office is listed in the Constitution. And you will find in your state constitution that the office of the sheriff is also listed.
Oh, I'm sure. These frauditors want to harp on, the Constitution. Yeah, I've read it. Did I retain all of it? Absolutely not. Do I know what applies to my career? Yes.
Absolutely.
quartering of soldiers has nothing to do with my job.
Mm-mm.
You know, I'm waiting for somebody to ask him one day, why are you looking for a place to live? Mommy wanting to kick you out of the basement?
Your wife get tired of you?
What woman would put up with that?
Apparently someone puts up with Rogue.
That's a drum that gets beaten daily.
No, hey, he was on this morning while he was on Hezekiah's channel, right before Hezekiah ended the stream. He says, I got to get my kids out of here and get them off. I think he was getting them ready to go to school. And his daughter was yelling in the background. And I'm like, someone actually lets you near children? You're such a bad influence.
Yeah.
Well, my question would be, who would be desperate enough to procreate with that?
It's like I can't believe anyone procreated and made children with Josh Lanto.
Oh, God. Bullshit and bitch tits, as I call it.
And he is definitely living, Kfar is definitely living rent free in that man's head.
Oh, yeah.
Penthouse suite.
The only problem is Kfar would probably like a better view.
Well, you know, it's a crappy view because his head stuck so far up his backside that, you know, it's not a very good view.
So you're saying it's like Kfar's living next to a dump.
He's living in the dump because Josh's head is stuck up his.
I'd
the
say,
word?
I'd say next to
What's
sewage.
the word you all use over there, Mark? Arse?
We use a lot of words. pretty much anything that will insult somebody. The best ones to use are the ones that are cloaked insults, you know, where they don't really understand that it's an insult. Those are the perfect insults to use.
I wish I would have bought this shirt when I was a kid. It was back in the mid 80s or late 80s. We went on vacation in Panama City Beach. And there was this t-shirt, and I still remember it to this day. It had an ostrich with its head stuck up its butt. And on the shirt it says, your problem's obvious.
Oh, I've got a shirt that is even worse than that from Panama City. There is a seafood restaurant down in Panama City, Florida, called Dirty Dick's.
Yep, been there.
And I have one of their shirts. It says, I got my crabs from Dirty Dick's Crab Shack. Mark changed his picture to the spotted dick.
Spotted dick in a can.
I'm seriously going to order spotted dick and send it to Mando.
What would be even better is to replace the label and put a picture of Rogue on it.
Sign a letter, attach it to it.
Every time Rogue talks, I just want to turn around and say to him, you know, if I wanted your opinion, I would engrave it onto some knuckle dusters and punch it into your face. Just like, ugh.
And a cheeky monkey, to answer your question, I have no idea where the oldest wooden gel in the United States is.
I still want to see a US dungeon. I've heard there are some there, but I've never seen one.
Yeah, there's no dungeons in the US.
Damn.
I've seen some prisons that probably could qualify as a dungeon, maybe.
Yeah, let's reopen Alcatraz. Let's send some people there. Chille's the first cell.
Well, I mean, you've got like the old Ohio State Reformatorium. Um, there's an older prison in Nashville. I mean, there's some older prisons that were pretty harsh, but the living conditions were not the greatest. But
Oh, I just remembered I've got the perfect T-shirt for Rogue Nation. I'll be right back.
Oh, so Cheeky Monkey has the answer. Oldest jail is in Barnstable, Massachusetts. Built in 1690 and operated until 1820. It is the oldest wooden jail in the United States.
Smitty, I like that shirt. I've threatened my wife to get one that says "I hate people" on it and walk around with it on.
And Smitty, no. I wouldn't send anybody to Epstein Island. So Blue Bear, here's a question for you.
Okay.
Oh, where are we?
Do you know? I had already mentioned this earlier with
I'm very zoomed in.
ladies. Go ahead and get your look. Mark's on camera.
Yeah. Which side am I going? Right, there we go.
Yeah.
And my personal favorite one is sorry, my nan folded them for me.
Yeah. What was the one from oh, what was the name of that movie? Hang on. Continue. I got to look at something.
Yeah, I was fixing to ask him a question.
Okay, Sum of All Fears. Remember from the movie Sum of All Fears when they go to Russia to the nuclear site to inspect it, and the guy's wearing a shirt, and in Russian, he said, "Well, what's that shirt say?" And he said, "I'm a bomb technician. If you see me running, try to keep up."
I love it.
I actually know where I can actually get that shirt. There is a military supply store down near Fort Benning, Georgia. They also sell some law enforcement gear called Ranger Joe's. They actually have that shirt on their website. It has the EOD, the military EOD emblem on the chest. And then on the back it says, "If you see me running, try to keep up."
I love it. I'd love to have something like that, just random, sarcastic.
You'll have to send me the link to that store because I will order that shirt.
I'll send it to you in the DM.
Yeah, send it to me in Discord.
Oh, no, they have some funny ones. They also have one that's a sniper shirt, and it says, "You can try running, but you'll only die tired."
Well, one of my most favorite quotes is, "You never piss off a man that can end you from another zip code."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Chille should learn that lesson.
Speaking of t-shirts, I'm in the process of designing some for my channel at a separate store link, not a YouTube store link. So hopefully I'll have that finished by sometime today, tomorrow, or this weekend. And so back to
What was the question you were going to ask me?
That's what I was fixing to get.
Now that we got sidetracked.
So Blue Bear, could you name the first U.S. deputy marshal that was killed in the line of duty?
Not without looking it up. I mean, I'm just being honest.
All right. Surely everybody here is familiar with Forsyth, Georgia, whether it's Forsyth City, Georgia, where Georgia Public Safety Training Center is, as we love to call it, Gypstick, or Forsyth County, Georgia, where we had the one Sovset show up at the Forsyth County Courthouse and try to start an active shooter scenario, only to be killed by the local Forsyth County Sheriff's deputies at the courthouse.
That was smart.
Oh, that video is still somewhere on YouTube. You can find that video. It ended quickly. He pulled up in a either a pickup truck or a SUV at the courthouse, jumped over the sidewalk and onto the lawn of the courthouse in Forsyth County. Oh yeah, I know where Glencoe, Georgia is, Logan. Federal Law Enforcement Training Center. Forsyth County and Forsyth City, Georgia, which are two separate areas of Georgia. Forsyth City is south of Atlanta. Forsyth County is north of Atlanta. Are both named for Robert Forsyth, who was the first deputy marshal to be killed in the line of duty. And that was back in the 1800s.
Did not know that.
I was actually shocked because we've been doing, me and the parents have been doing a lot of digging on our family history. I was actually shocked to find out that some historical figures were very, very close to our family. We found actual old property survey map that one of our family members had back in the 1700s. And the surveyor was Benjamin Franklin.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, also found out that George Washington, one of his relatives, was actually married to one of my great aunts.
That's cool.
Yeah, he comes from better stock than Chille.
I'm surprised Chille hasn't come up and said that, his ancestors were related to like Jefferson Davis. Oh wait, he won't say that because he's not racist.
Mm-hmm.
And
like
actually,
the gift that keeps on giving.
Actually, speaking of Chille, I said earlier in the stream that he claimed that police using military ranks started in like the 1960s or 70s, and that's how they started becoming militarized. Actually, Chile, let me take you back to the Texas Rangers, who were actually initially Texas State Militia and turned into law enforcement. They actually used military ranks since they were founded.
I'm pretty sure the Metropolitan Police have done the same. Because the British police all have.
Yeah, but I know you guys call your lower ranked police personnel constables.
Yeah.
I don't recall constable being a rank in the British military.
No. But we used to have we've got sergeants now, obviously, and we used to actually have the equivalent of corporal ranks, which were acting sergeants. They used to wear 2 stripes.
Yeah.
They don't use those anymore. They just, you go in for your sergeant's exams and you find a posting and you get your promotion.
Oh yeah.
And of course, the officers are all they wear the same pips as military officers, but they're not known by the military ranks.
Well, I mean, even here, we start to split at some point away from military ranks.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, there's chiefs in the Navy and Coast Guard, but a chief in the police department is something completely different.
Mm-hmm.
And the rank insignias are nothing alike.
No.
But I mean, ranks are just ranks. They're not.
I mean,
Ranks, it's a structure.
Yeah, the ranking system is basically just the structure. It's your chain of command.
It's the same as any organization or business, or you have your normal employees, you have your supervisors, and perhaps your department heads.
Exactly. Well, even look at my job, all right? Because working in security, we kind of model law enforcement a little bit, depending on your company. So my rank insignia for my uniform is captain's bars, but my title is not captain. My title is district commander. Everybody either calls me by my name, or they call me commander or whatever, right?
Yeah.
The reason why we have rank structure in law enforcement and in security is complaints go up the chain of command and orders come back down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but don't forget, complaints also roll back down.
Yeah, they do.
Usually in the form of giant turds.
It all rolls downhill.
Yeah, you start out with this little pebble of a turd that starts going up the chain of command, and eventually it doesn't make it all the way up sometimes. It just turns into a shit sandwich that everybody has to take a bite of.
By the time it's got up there, it's grown. It's just like it's like raindrops.
It's like a snowball effect.
Yeah, no, I actually, and here's one that I actually was part of. I had a
You had a what?
Did we lose him?
I don't know. Well, we just hijacked his string.
Yeah. Commander Air Flight 69, come in, over.
And he's gone.
Commander Air 69, Squawk 7700. Turn left heading 190.
He'll be back in a minute.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Lordy. I can see it's going to be one of those days.
Oh, yeah. Without a doubt. It always is.
Okay, I'm back.
Oh, there we go.
Back to your channel.
Thank God for that. We just sent a couple of F-18s after you.
You might have a couple strikes coming your way. We kind of took it.
Blue Bear, call off the SWAT team. I'm fine.
Sorry.
Condom flight disengage. Condom flight disengage. That is a direct order.
All right. So, as I was saying before, the internet decided to drop over here, and I had to switch to my phone. I guess I pissed off AT&T.
Again?
Again.
Yeah, CA only pisses off AT&T on any day that ends with a Y.
Yep.
In fact, there is actually one day of the week that does not end with a Y. Do you know which one it is?
No.
Tomorrow.
Valid point.
Yeah. So, before I got kicked off, I think it's Mark's fault why I got kicked off too.
Rogue Nation.
Typical. Blame the British.
Yeah, I've probably pissed in Rogue Nation sweeties too many times. So the guard started complaining to me about the problem he was having. So I asked him about, did you take it to your two supervisors in between me, your site lead and your area supervisors? No. Oh, the area supervisor and the site leads hated me after that. As soon as I finished talking to this guy, I said, you know what, get back on post, hang up the phone, do your job. And I called and did a video conference. I pulled over on the side of the interstate from doing my patrols and pulled up the laptop and went to video conference mode with the site lead and the area supervisors and asked them, why the hell is your guard jumping the chain of command to me to complain about something at a site level? Next thing I know, I got 2 write-up forms. The site lead did a write-up and sent it to me, and the site supervisors sent me a form. And I'm like, yeah, I'm only going to sign one of these and put it in his record. The other one's getting shredded, guys. I don't need 2 write-ups for the same thing.
Yep.
But those 3 individuals, the 2 area supervisors and the site lead, they're like, you didn't have to yell at us. I said, obviously I do, because obviously you didn't teach your guard the chain of command.
Privilege of rank.
Mm-hmm.
They speak softly to you and you shout at them. That's all.
Well, see, they're just happy that I didn't send it up to my boss, because there's 3 people above me. There's the company owners and there's the field operations manager. Had I kicked it up to one of those 3,
ouch.
Yeah, well,
Somebody would have been
my
in the soup
balls just
kitchen
shriveled
line.
up just thinking about it.
well, you got to think about it because one of the company owners who the only function he does for the company is literally he does the payroll. Double checks everybody's time cards, sends emails out to me and the field operations manager and my counterpart. And that's it. Because his full-time job, aside from part-time handling stuff for the company, is he's an assistant district attorney. And I
Yeah.
don't like pissing him off because I know how argumentative attorneys can get.
Mm-hmm. I can vouch for that. I'm already argumentative. I'm just going to get even more argumentative as I go along.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure Blue Bear has had his fair share of run-ins with prosecuting attorneys.
You know, it happens.
The only day it doesn't happen is on the one that doesn't end with Y.
Yeah, a
Oh,
lot of them don't call me because I usually have my cases together. I'm usually talking to them beforehand, so
It's the best way.
I try to avoid that.
ooh. Yeah, Logan probably has had to deal with attorneys. Of course, Logan worked for DHS.
Oh, he's got to deal with AUSAs. Ugh.
Yeah.
Logan, I'm sorry.
I just had to translate DHS into American speak because we actually have a department store, I suppose you could say, over here that's called DHS, and so that was the first thing that came to my mind. So I just had to, America.
Yeah, Homeland Security, the one branch of the government or the one department in the federal government you don't want on your ass.
Especially not with one of the canines, Jesus.
Well, you got to think about what agencies are involved with DHS. You have Customs and Border Protection. You have the U.S. Secret Service. You have the U.S. Coast Guard. You have Immigrations and Customs Enforcement.
I call it the alphabet soup.
Yeah, it pretty much is alphabet soup.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you don't want to piss off the Secret Service. You definitely don't want to piss off HSI. Homeland Security Investigations comes knocking on your door. That's it. Just look at what happened to Josh Duggar.
Yeah, that
I
didn't
can
turn
imagine
out
that
so well.
Chille's going to get a few knocks from some people at some point.
Chille will do his normal thing. He'll run.
Mm-hmm. He'll run a bit slower this time because he hasn't got a vehicle.
Yeah, because FLETC also falls under DHS now. There's too many agencies under DHS. And it seems like the ATF keeps adding alphabet to their to their abbreviation. Yeah, I'm glad Josh Duggar got caught also. I'm also glad that they weren't going to go lenient on him like the family wanted.
So
And
many
I'm glad
jobs.
it was Homeland Security.
30, 20, 10. Retard.
Here's my notifications again.
Oh, good grief.
It's a perfect notification for Chille and ruin one goat.
Ruin one goat. You and your anagrams, Mark.
I think he's ruined several goats. There was something about a restraining order about him not being close to a sheep farm. Every time he goes by one, all he hears is "Daddy."
Oh no, I've got that one scene from Super Troopers in my head now. Thanks, Blue.
Which one? The bear?
The bear, except it's a goat and Rogan. I can hear the police now. Hey, you! Goat
Yeah.
fucker!
Put the goat down, put your hands on the back of your head, and take 3 paces back.
Hey, Hezekiah!
I have to do what you tell me.
Oh, Lord. Oh, I'm going to have nightmares now, Blue Bear.
Sorry.
There's not enough eye bleach.
Sorry, not sorry.
There's no amount of sleeping pills going to help with that.
Look.
I mean, I'm sure Chille's got some meth that you can take that'll make you forget a lot of things.
Rogue Nation, if you're watching this, just wear a welly, okay?
That's
watching
what's all. I don't think Rogue Nation is watching.
It's like the I was going down the road the one day, and I see a farmer in a field with a sheep in front of him, and he's got one hind leg inside one Wellington boot, one of the sheep's hind legs in one welly, and the other hind leg in the other welly, and he's got the sheep in the bloody hedge, and I walked up to him and I'm like, what the hell is he doing? I walked a bit closer. I'm like, hey, mate, you shearing that sheep or what? He's like, no, fuck off and find your own. Like, yeah, dirty bastard.
Look, the only thing I'm going to quote Dirty Bastard about is Mrs. Brown's Boys.
You dirty bastard.
If it fits in one hand, you can fucking keep it. Chille's fits in no hand.
If you come down to the docks, you can see my penis. Filthy bastard. Never turned up.
Oh. Okay, guys. So we've already covered the topic. I don't think I'm going to cover it anymore unless Chille decides to comment on the video or Whisk Boy decides to.
Ruin one goat.
Blueberry, you want to plug your channel?
Sure. Take a look at Laying Down the Law with Blue Bear. Cover solve sets, Karens, K9, police breakdowns. You name it. If you want to laugh or learn something, just stop by and check it out. Should have a new video coming out in the next week or two. Probably next week sometime. Don't worry, I've not been kidnapped. If you don't see me around, I am going to go MIA for a little while.
No worries.
I need a break.
Need a vacation from the stupid.
Well, it's not necessarily a vacation from the stupid. I just need to spend some time with the better half. So we're gonna disappear for a little while.
That's what got Rogue Nation into trouble.
Well, you never know. I might need bail money.
Rogue Nation got on the bottom and the goat got on the top, and Rogue was like, I'm going undercover. It'd be like that scene from A Million Ways to Die in the West where he's hiding in among the sheep and he gets pissed off.
Or, decides to pick up what was that, an iron bar and have it collapse down on their throat. Chille.
That was brilliant. I could watch that scene all the time.
Oh. All right, Mark, go ahead and plug your channel, even though you don't have videos.
Yeah. I think the link's in the. I think Amanda put the link up, but yeah, come and subscribe to Mark the Sarcastic Law Student, and I will get a live in at some point. In fact, I might even do it perhaps this weekend or even tonight if people are up. But we'll soon find out.
Hey, Blue Bear?
Yeah.
I think we need to investigate Mark because for some reason he's already got over 20 subscribers and he doesn't have a single video.
Hey, some people have it like that.
It must be my where are we? Hang on.
As Amanda always says, it's
my buttery face with my spot. Yeah.
Yeah, but the buttery face with the buttery voice.
It's the accent.
Oh yes, very posh, darling, very posh. Oh, the posh traveling life, the traveling life. Yeah.
All right, and Amanda, thank you for putting those links in the chat. Also, guys, don't forget to go check out Amanda J's channel. And definitely don't forget to go check out Hezekiah the Frauditor Destroyer's channel. He's been going live. Also, all my moderators that are in the live chat want to thank you guys for helping out. I know we don't have trolls in here.
Yet.
But, yeah, yet. But I'm sure they're going to pop up.
You say ruin one goat like another 3 or 4 times, and he might turn up.
Yeah, we're not playing Beetlejuice with Rogue Nation.
Oh, come on.
It's fun that way.
Here,
ruin one goat, ruin one goat, ruin one goat.
No. Georgie.
Hello, Georgie.
I think they're keeping him too busy in Discord right now from what I've been seeing.
Yeah. The notifications have been going off on the phone like constantly.
I'm fortunate that I don't have Discord on my phone because otherwise you would be hearing 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, retard, a lot.
It wouldn't even get halfway through that. And it'd be repeating.
Yeah, it'd be like 50, 50, 50, 50, 50.
It does do that every time I turn my phone on. If I haven't cleared notifications, it's just like 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 40, 50. Just like, mate, shut up.
It's like, good God.
It's like this airplane is having a spasm, you know?
Oh, it made it to 40. Oh, shit, it jumped back up to 50.
Just porpoising down the runway.
Yeah, with Mando over there in Frauditor Trolls Discord and Rogue Nation over there, and they're going back and forth. That plane is just hung midair 50 feet above the runway.
You might just well go around and just ignore it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We were going to be landing today, but apparently we're landing tomorrow morning when Rogue Nation goes to sleep.
Yeah, you'll have to go do something here in a little bit.
All right. Well, Mark, Blue Bear, glad you guys came and joined the panel. Glad we had a little talk today. Guys, thank you for tuning in. This channel couldn't keep going without all the subscribers that we have and all the fans that come to the live streams and watch the videos. And if you haven't, please check out the Chille song video.
Yes.
Before the copyright claim takes it down.
Absolutely, yes, and download it. And set it
all
to
right,
your
guys.
phone.
We'll see you on the next one.
See you on the flip
Take
side.
care, everybody.